I am important. The reason I say I am important, not only because you are important, but when you are writing a sentence and there's an I in it like this, do you see that little I right there? I am important. I am always capital. Whenever an I is by itself, it's capital. So that's why we're practicing all of these I's being uppercase or capital I's. So your pencil's down so that you're watching. And if you look closely at today's letter I, you'll notice the arrows show you that you are doing one swipe going up, then you go around, and then you do a hook. So this is a hook letter, okay? But you start at the bottom, just like it's a little different than the other ones because we were starting at the top. So watch me do it with your pencil in the pencil spot. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to do a loop-de-loop around. And then when I curve up to the middle line, I'm going to bring in that little hook. Remember our little wormy, where that little wormy goes. All right. So you end with the little wormy hook. You start at the bottom. Let me show you that again. Starting at the bottom, little loop-de-loop around. And when you get back to the bottom, you're going to go to the middle and bring in your little hook where the worm goes. I didn't quite angle mine the right way, so I'll do better as I keep practicing. Let's do it together. Go ahead and bye-bye, wormy. Pick up your pencil, and I'll get rid of that worm while you're doing that. And then here we go. Ready? Start at the bottom, loop-de-loop around. Then you're going to go all the way back down to the bottom, bring it around to the middle, and then bring in that little hook for your worm. Trace another one, start at the bottom, go upside down, loop-de-loop to the top, go back down to the bottom until you touch the bottom, bring it to the middle, and bring in that hook for the worm. Let's trace the next two, and then we'll do one by ourselves at the end. Just remember that you're starting at the bottom and going backwards, a little different than the other ones. So start at the bottom, loop-de-loop, up to the top, back around, and down to the bottom. When you get down to the bottom, go up to the middle and bring in the hook for the worm. Do it again. Start at the bottom, loop-de-loop around to the top. When you get back all the way around to the bottom, bring it to the middle and bring in your hook for the wormy. Now let's try our very first one by ourselves. Ready? Start at the bottom, go backwards, loop-de-loop around. When you get to the top, bring it back around down to the bottom. Back around to the middle and bring in that little hook for the worm. All right. Put your pencil down. We'll do more in a minute, but let's spell some words. Here are some school words. I-N-F-E-R. The word is infer. Infer is kind of like taking a guess, but it's not random. I'm not going to guess that today's silly word is Yip-de-dip-de-doo. That would be a silly guess because that doesn't begin with an I. But I can infer, that means I'm going to take what I know in my brain, and we always do a silly word, and I can use the information on the page to figure out, well, it's going to have an I in it, and I can try to figure out a word that has an I. I'm going to infer a silly word for the day. All right. Also, before we go on, notice that these do not connect. It kind of looks like they do, but remember, we are starting from the bottom and going around. So you're ending at that little hook, so it can't connect. You can make the end touch it as you go to your next letters, but technically it is not a connecting letter. It's just a touching letter. All right, next one. This is a math word. I-N-T-E-R S-E-C-T-I-N-G. Intersecting. Notice we have ing at the end. Intersecting. Intersecting lines make V's. So that means an intersecting line just means that they cross. They could cross and be a perfect T, which is also called perpendicular, but as long as they're somehow crossing, they're intersecting. Here is another word that represents what you are. I-N-C-R-E-D-I-B-L-E. You are incredible, incroyable, as they would say en français and French. Next is a name. Isabelle. What's that? Isabel, sometimes Izzy. Right, last one is a silly word. Itty, that's itty. There's a dash. Bitty. Bitty. So the word is itty bitty. Oh, look at that itty bitty number at the bottom of your page. It's so cute. All right, go ahead. Finish the page doing each line. After you've traced and written everything, circle which eye you did the best on your own and go ahead and get busy. Busy, busy, busy. Itty bitty busy.